Hello everybody, 22nd of July 2015, Dan here from Essex, United Kingdom in the jungle polytunnel. Now I'm just like to discuss an issue today. It's been brought to my attention that the Chief of the Metropolitan Police, the biggest police force in the UK, responsible for serving London, wants to make it so that you have to speak a foreign language in order to join this police service. Now, I don't believe this is the correct way that we should be doing things. Now, I'd just like to say before I start my discussion that I'm a strong proponent of a multicultural society. I've worked with many foreign people over the years, and I can honestly say that the majority of them have a very strong, very hard-working ethic. The majority of them are nice people that I get on with very well, and in many cases, in fact, get on with them better than I do with native British people, if you want to use that word. That being said, I do not believe this is the correct route we should be going down, because now it must be said that this is a bit sort of blunt, but the average British English person, whatever you want to say, is absolutely terrible at learning foreign languages. Now, a lot of that is to do with the culture here and the way that the laziness of many other foreign languages, many foreign cultures, they speak English as well. But a lot of it is the way that languages are sort of taught in school. Now, it's very difficult to suddenly get a child at 11 years old and start teaching them a foreign language and expecting them to learn. You have to speak it ideally from the start, teach them from the start, from a very young age, and that way fluency is easier to obtain. I understand that up to puberty, it's much easier for a child to absorb a foreign language. So what we need to do is we need to start educating people from a young age, ideally, from the word go. We need to be educating them in a foreign language, talking to them in a foreign language, and one way around this could be to have children's television programs, perhaps in a foreign language. It could be to involve the parents a bit more, do some basic, good fun foreign language lessons in school. That could be a good way around this. But to suddenly say that you have to be fluent in a foreign language, which is on a particular list, many of which are not even taught in our schools, to join the Metropolitan Police is nothing but a bigoted and discriminatory policy, in my opinion. So yes, I believe we should be sorting out our national weakness of not being able to speak foreign languages very well in general in the UK, but to do it like this is not effective. All this will do is again cause yet another divide, and maybe even, well, it will actually stop many people who would otherwise make great police officers from joining a job and having a good career. So I don't know what people think who are listening to this. I urge you to check the report out yourself, do your own research and make your own opinion. But where does this end? Are they then going to say, well, to be a nurse, you have to speak a foreign language? To be a doctor, to be a doctor, you have to speak a foreign language? To be an engineer, to be a farmer, to be a butcher, a baker, candlestick maker, you have to be able to speak a foreign language? No, they might start implementing policies like this, which are very bigoted. What they need to do is they need to be finding ways of teaching people languages from the word go. Then we would be more adaptable as a society, and that would be the way forward. Another aspect is, what about people that come to this country and can't speak English after being here for 5 years? Now, I have known people that have come over to this country. I know a Chinese gentleman who came over to this country in his early 20s, and he knew very basic English at the time, he told me. All he knew was like, hello, goodbye, good morning, good evening, what's your name? Things like this. But he managed, with the help of his wife, to run a Chinese restaurant and learn English fluently as an adult. Now, he said it required a lot of study and a lot of time, and it took him about 5 years, but he did it. So if he can do it, why can't other people? So what we need to do is we need to start looking again at our society, finding out what we can do to actually help things other than hinder, because the police is a good job, I believe, very difficult, but the people that do this are worthy of a lot of respect, in my opinion, and a lot of praise. And we need to stop. It's going to stop people joining the police. Native Brits, if you want to call them that. I mean, we can't use the term native Brit too much anymore, because many people have been here over the years. I mean, myself, I have French genetics from my great-great-grandfather, I believe. But the Romans have been here, the Saxons, the Vikings, the Normans, all sorts of invaders over the last 2,000, 3,000 years have been here. Immigrants as well have been here, and change the shape of our society, which again is a thing that I support. But we can't just turn around and say that to join the biggest force in the UK, you have to suddenly start speaking a foreign language, which is definitely not spoken in our schools, nor are you going to have learnt it from your family, because it is not right, it isn't going to work, and again, it is just another example of bigotry and discrimination in our society, which often goes on, but they say it doesn't, but it does, and we need to start to find ways around this sort of thing. So I hope people have you know enjoyed what I've got to say. Any comments or anything, please feel free to post them down below, and we'll have a bit of a discussion on this subject. Take care and speak soon.